I always say that each individual has a hierarchy of value. And based on what's highest in their value, that's where they tend to bring order to their life. Whatever's lower in their values is where their chaos is.
Yeah, go through that, because that's a very major concept that you have and very revealing. So just say that again so I really get it.
All right. As we walk through life,
Yeah.
we are filtering our reality in our sensory world. We could call it our attention is filtered by our value. And our motor functions, our actions and intentions are also filtered. In other words, we will act on things according to our value. We're wanting to fulfill our values. Our values are really the voids we have that we're wanting to fulfill. That's
The
word.
emptiness.
The emptiness.
Yeah.
Fulfillment means to fill full the mind of
Yeah.
what is perceiving something as mystery.
Right.
And that's the mystery.
Yeah.
So in the mind, we're attempting to fulfill those questions that we don't understand, those
Right.
things that we see as chaotic that really have order, but we haven't discovered the order. So those values determine how we see the world and act upon the world. Our sensory and motor functions are determined. So as we walk through life, we will see things that we feel will support those values, and we'll tend to overlook things that we think are challenging.
We don't even see them as far as our perception.
We'll filter them out.
We'll filter out.
That's why no two people have the same reality, because they are filtering their reality according to these value systems, and they're like fingerprints and unique.
So the things I don't value, I won't see in my reality.
Well, if we see them, if they challenge our values, we may react. But we'll try to avoid the things that challenge our values, and we'll tend to seek the things that support our values.
Okay.
Wisdom is embracing both, because it's been shown that biologically we grow best and most powerfully at the border of support and challenge, the border of order and chaos, if you will. And so the very things that challenge our lives, we say we don't want to deal with them, but at the same time, when we look back on our lives, they're the ones that make us grow.
Right.
So wisdom is embracing both sides of life. I like to think of life as coming at us as a series of magnets. And a magnet always has both sides, positive and negative. Right. And when we can embrace the full magnet, not just try to get one side of the magnet, which is futile and not going to happen, we have magnetism to attract into our lives our innermost dominant thought.
So how do we start, everyone has a value system, so how do we start to train ourselves to notice the things that we're not valuing that will challenge us? Because it comes up anyway in our lives?
Well, we don't have to worry about that, because that's there. You know, that there's never a concern about having the challenge. Scientific American a number of years ago wrote a great article on the conservation of difficulty in everybody's life. That no matter what you do, you don't have to worry about it. There'll always be something that to have a challenge by or be difficult. Yeah. And it showed that it's essential. Without it, we don't have drive. We don't have goal. We must have the next thing. And life is not about really being easier, in my opinion. It's about tackling greater levels of difficulties and challenges and greater levels of perceived chaos and discovering the hidden orders at it and bring it to order in our minds so we can tackle even greater levels. And that's the growth process.
Yeah, that's great. It's like the stress of gravity keeps our bones strong and our body solid.
I always say that as Norman Vincent Peale said years ago, if you ever get up in the morning and you don't have a problem, get on your hands and knees and pray for one, because you die. You have to have something to be working on. And I think the purpose of marriage is to keep one always there.
Really? To
keep you challenged. Because you typically attract into your relationship part of the disowned parts, the things that challenge your values that you tend to want to avoid, are what you keep attracting in the relationship to make sure you're whole.
The hidden order of reality is what each person is here to unfold and discover for themselves.
Well, there's a language that's been out since the physicist Bohm has discussed called implicate order and explicate order.
Right.
And I like to put those in a different perspective. I like to think that the explicate order is anything that supports our values that we like, because it kind of supports our reality, and everything is in order according to reality. And the explicate disorder is the thing that challenges. And then there's an implicate order, and that's an order that we don't see, that doesn't necessarily just support our values, but supports and challenges our values. That is a higher order to make sure that we grow at our maximum potential.
You say that sort of spirit is sort of here to give us, or
well, some people have called spirit through the ages. Some people have called it the grand organized design, or God. Some people have given it the dyslexic dog phenomenon.
Okay.
Whatever the way you want to describe it, the quantum field.
So then